This video is sponsored by you. Please subscribe if you enjoy the video, but more importantly, leave a comment saying,
"You're a beta,"
to help me satisfy the algorithm gods. Thank you and enjoy the show. The alpha male, the mysterious breed of man who swears he's the blueprint for masculinity, strong jawline. And they usually have a podcast that give useful tips to teach men how to be men and get women.
What's a hot take that you have?
If you love your girlfriend, cheat on her.
And of course, an ego that could block out the sun.
People look at a good time.
But lately, the empire of real men seems to be cracking, and their wives are the ones holding the hammer.
Why do you want to marry me though if you want...
Why do you want to audition?
One alpha hides behind the Bible to cover his sins that should have sent him straight to the underworld.
When you stay true to yourself, you stay true to God, good things come your way.
Another preaches positivity until rejection turned him into a complete monster.
Think that you're doing this because you feel rejected.
I have seen men more alpha than you working at the GameStop.
And then there's the original alpha, the one who told men how to conquer women, and of course, how to conquer being a man.
cut from a different cloth. I'm a different breed to most. They don't make men like me anymore.
Until his own wife revealed who he really was conquering behind closed doors.
What I like to call it a sausage fest.
Oh, and don't you even think that the women influencing this behavior are off the hook.
This is what high value men truly are. Your high value is determined by the level of woman you can get to submit to you.
Their own masks are slipping beautifully, publicly, and dramatically. And they're blaming, well, jealousy.
What I find is the combination of racism combined with jealousy.
So, does everyone have their snack? No, that's okay. Because today we're taking a bite out of the alpha male scam and proving that these men who warn against women taking advantage are actually the ones scamming other men and sucking them dry.
It ain't the vampires who will suck you dry. It's the podcast bros with their dead end lies. Not the ghouls, not the zombies, not the girls in
The alpha male is a self-proclaimed dominant man who believes strength, control, a multitude of women, and status makes him superior. And of course, he wouldn't be complete without a microphone.
I look at a woman, that, especially a younger woman that lives with her parents still, as just as cute and a reason to make her a main chick.
These men with microphones usually will sell other men programs so that they can achieve this alpha male status for as little as $18,000.
This is Alpha Man Boot Camp, and these men have paid $18,000 for 3 days of training. The sole purpose of this camp is to put men through tough and uncomfortable situations to build character and the mentality of never giving up when times get hard.
Yes, alphas, they are protectors. They are strong, so strong that they will fight a 700-pound beast.
The ground got a hump, eyes locked on the beast, fur like fire. I'm the king in the zoo, my fist won't tie.
Let me just press that button really quick. Good kitty. Wonderful. One down, a few more to go. The alpha belief. These men have a certain belief system that you need to attain to call yourself alpha. And I found 9 of them through my years of studying these types of men in the wild. It's kind of like their Bible.
I don't treat women as equal. I tweeted the other day, went viral. I said you can either understand women or you can respect them, but you can't do both.
More young women are hooking up with each other.
Let me break it down for you. You must assert your dominance. And you do this by struggling to take off your shirt, yelling fuck when you can't, and when you finally get it off, pose on the stage where usually the girls dance around on.
I am a man.
Financially independent. But the women that you are dating must not be.
Literally, she says, I got a good job, I make very, very good money, and she says the only thing I need now is a man. It's like, yo, like, who wants you? Who wants you? You're right. Like, once you have achieved these things, you have unfortunately disqualified yourself.
Not only do you need a woman that has absolutely no money of her own, but you have to make sure that the woman that you're going to fuck around with for a few months is dumb.
We need to stop normalizing women getting an education.
Don't worry, there are reasons for this, which brings us to number 4.
Education is literally ruining our sisters. Most of them don't even know how to run a household.
Yes, because a huge no-no in this communities of alpha is that alphas never cook.
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
You'd be single.
Can you cook?
That's irrelevant.
They only get served.
I don't know how to cook or clean, so someone's gotta do it.
That is the correct answer, sir. In fact, the infamous top alpha male Andrew Tate has said even liking food is kinda gay.
Men who think cooking makes them manly are cucks, afraid of the cage, desperate to validate a non-existent masculinity. Imagine how stupid you have to be to find food entertaining, literally embarrassing.
Now, what's not gay or embarrassing is being experienced in the bedroom. In the alpha world, experience apparently equals masculinity.
Female virginity is a sign of purity. Male virginity is a sign of failure. I didn't make the rules, nature did.
Sir, in nature, that would make you gay. Cooking or not, if women are supposed to stay pure and only be with one man and one partner, then by your own logic, you're definitely playing with the boys, aren't you? It's okay. You can tell us.
And being gay is okay.
The seventh alpha male quality in their alpha male Bible is to make sure you date very young women. Or sometimes girls. You see, alpha males like to relate themselves to animals in the wild. In their distorted brain, they are lions, and they like to be addressed as such. Because it makes their attraction to girls sound more morale.
The lion only marries minors.
Don't worry, most of them wait very patiently until a young girl turns 18. Me at 41, waiting for a woman in her 30s to settle down with. The 19-year-old walking into my life. It's actually a very sweet story here. She, the woman bouncing around on the floor who's 19, was that 40-something-year-old man's daughter's best friend. He watched her grow up, and then right when she turned 18, he waited so long and finally got his daughter's best friend. And boy, when a girl finally turns into a woman legally and her age transforms into 18, these men go absolutely insane. They barely can control themselves.
What's your age?
I'm 18.
Of course, we all know who have a developed frontal lobe know that they can control themselves. They just don't want to. If you find yourself walking into the alpha male space, you'll understand or you'll see that these men will be very religious. Yes, alpha males usually walk on the path of the Lord. They even do Bible study with their microphones.
Some people say, will God prepare me my spouse? Well, yeah, the Bible says here that when God saw Adam, he said it's not good for a man to be alone, and he made him a helper that was fit for him. God will bring her to you.
And preach that if you follow God, God will send you that woman that is submissive.
Either the woman submits or you leave her.
Cleans your messes on the daily.
It is so attractive and so sexy, man, when she just cleaning up. You know what I mean? Just, she always got a load of laundry. Always something in the washer, because she washes sheets every day.
Has a limited amount of sex with you and is a damn monster in the bedroom, but also pure, sweet, and reserved.
I tell guys you need to have multiple chicks, bro.
Listen up, my male watchers. The most important quality an alpha male can have is that he is in no way, shape, or form gay, bisexual, or slightly feminine. Well, now that we're all educated on the core beliefs of the alpha males, let's explore the current stories that show how weak these alphas and kings are, and that they are a complete scam. Zach Morris is a self-proclaimed nice guy who teaches Spanish with over 2 million followers on YouTube. Zach was such a nice guy that he couldn't find any woman here in America and had to fly all the way over the seas to attempt to find a wife. Oh, Zach, maybe it was your hat, or your attitude, or both. This man was on the hunt.
We arrived to Cartagena and looking for a Latina wife.
And he was sweaty and ready and breathing very heavy.
Hay que irnos. Solo nos queda, ¿cuánto tiempo nos queda antes de que se vaya el vuelo?
55 minutos.
Ay, no!
He would actually find a few Latina girlfriends, and we know this because he would label each video in that way. When your girlfriend is Latina, point of view, you call your Argentina girlfriend. One day trolling my Colombian girlfriend in English.
What does that mean? I don't understand. I don't understand. No? Who taught you? Your other boyfriend?
Yeah, as you can imagine, all of these videos are extremely awkward. Zach is breathing very heavy and really wants to touch what he calls as his girlfriend, but for some reason she doesn't really want to touch him.
I live in Colombo Americano.
Your other gringo boyfriend?
Zach don't like touch me.
To touch you? Oh, I love to touch you. Let me touch you. I love touching you.
Yes, none of those relationships really didn't work out, but he would find a very super young woman where he would brag about how young she was and how they definitely met when she was 18. And he would brag that she was Latina. But all those videos are taken down because of this interaction. Zach, FYI, the internet is forever. By the way, Zach would eventually set his eyes on another creator named Mia Dio when she was competing as Miss Cuba. Uh-oh, do you hear that? I think Zach smells a Latina. Well, he would find himself in her comment section. Zach seemed to disapprove of the fact that Mia had plastic surgery, and so he took to her comment section to tell her. This video is proof that money can't buy a high quality woman. All it seems to get you is a soulless, emotionally vacant, surgically reconstructed shell of a woman. Well, Mia noticed something about this man that was critiquing her looks. It was Professor Zach, a man that has showed up on her For You page before. A man that is apparently a teacher and sells programs online to help others learn Spanish.
Teacher, ¿cómo se dice sure in Spanish? Buena pregunta. Sería seguro.
There's an influencer on here named Zach Morris, but maybe you know him as El Profe Zach or El Gringo. He has gained a really big following of Latinos because he's presented himself online as this really nice gringo who fell in love with our culture, learned our language, and now wants to teach English. That all sounds really nice until you realize that he is 100% a hypocrite, he is probably a racist, and he is also a big misogynist, and I'm about to show you what I mean. Earlier today, he left this hate comment on one of my videos, but I recognized his name and realized that he had tried to DM me before.
The message from Professor Zach reads,
I saw that you're Latina. Where is your family from?
Once she showed that he was in her inbox, he completely lost it. My dear, I reached out not to court you, but because I was intrigued that you spoke Spanish and have Argentinian heritage. Don't know how you misinterpreted that for anything other than friendly. I don't know, Zach. Maybe it was the multiple videos of you attempting to find a Latina girlfriend. Just a hunch. I come from old money. What does that have to do with your comments or you in her inbox? We have privilege of seeking relationships based on things like emotion. No. He doesn't do poor peasant shit. He just goes over to another country to women because the American women didn't want him. And it looks like many Latina women don't like Zach either. Unfortunately for Zach, Mia is a highly educated woman. She actually enjoys reading. She went to school. She's continuing to educate herself and she knows multiple languages. And she ended up exposing him, telling him off in both English and Spanish. I'll play the English one.
And I called him a misogynist. He even has an article about how much of a misogynist he is. He's absolutely obsessed with the idea of younger women. I'm 24 years old, but he said that I was pushing 30, as if that somehow diminished my value. He also sent me multiple minutes of voice notes, and in one of the voice notes he mentioned that he has a girlfriend that is younger than me and she has qualities that I don't have. I honestly feel really bad for her because in my experience, older men tend to seek out younger women because they're easier to manipulate and more easily impressed than someone with their frontal lobe fully developed.
On the internet, Mia occasionally plays this role of the exact type of woman that podcast bros, alpha males love. Probably men like Zach. The dumb woman that wants to be provided for.
Life's a bitch, marry rich, go find rich husband, baby.
But for some reason, this makes many of those types of men, like Zach, very angry, especially when they don't respond to his messages, allegedly, of course. Now, if he was confused at first and saw the video of her cosplaying a gold-digging woman, because it's clearly not satirical at all, but the manipulation after he found out that it's just a joke is, well, let's just say, I know what type of podcast Zach watches.
I have a girlfriend. I'm happy with her, and she has a lot of all kinds of characteristics that you lack. I guess she hasn't had her heart broken yet. She is younger than you are.
Okay. Now that might be frustrating to you because I'm 35. Pause. Young girls that are watching, you're not mature for your age, by the way. These men that are 30 something waiting for you to turn 18 so they don't have to go to jail are doing so because they're mentally stupid. They are immature and 30 something year old women can't be around them because it's like hanging out with their little brother.
Also, you should put I attract women that receive zero interest from men in your profile. You would think there might be the slightest bit of talent in the sea of 1.2 million bitter women.
Oh, Zach. I get it. It's the very popular women are angry and bitter. So bitter that I have to date 18-year-olds as a 30-something-year-old man. But Zach, I think you're a little wrong here. I think women can get angrier. I think we can get even more bitter. Come on, girls, what do you say? Let's give it to them. They think that we're angry, we're bitter. The only reasonable thing to do is get more angry. I think we've been slacking.
But nope, all I'm seeing is the big ugly ones and the who tried silicone to unsuccessfully appear European.
And decided to lump in Inca with ugly women. I thought that that was extremely inappropriate from a white gringo's mouth. I have indigenous blood. A lot of Latinos have indigenous blood because that's what makes us Latino. We're mixed European with indigenous, with black, with a lot of things. Why would you ever use that to belittle us? I thought you liked Latinos.
Well, Zach would respond to all of this by taking off his shirt and eating a mango.
I usually don't make stories in English, but there's a significant event that we need to talk about, all right? And this event, I mean, this is a big deal. I have discovered the best dessert in the world. You guys see this? It's almost like crunchy.
He would then say that Mio Dio has some kind of psychological issues for finding his comments offensive.
That usually is a sign that they have some kind of like unfulfilled, like psychological inner struggle that prevents them from being able to just accept reality.
And in the end, she's really just hurting herself.
Because at the end of the day, trying to impose your judgment on other people or like trying to seek out your version of justice on people that you don't know in the world, especially on the internet, it only causes harm to yourself.
And then he followed up with, he doesn't engage with these types of people.
I do not engage in negative energy cultivating behaviors.
And lastly, he recommended a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And then, well, he gave a fuck because he posted a 12-minute video mostly talking about his girlfriend and how she's 19.
The only reason I'm making this video is to clarify some false information that was spread about. I'm not claiming to be a perfect person or politically correct or a role model. I am, however, a law-abiding citizen with a clear concept of right and wrong. I will clarify that my girlfriend is 21, but when we met, she was 18. She sent me a message on Instagram. I did not pursue her.
Oh, Zach, we didn't say that you were breaking the law. We're saying that you moved to another country because you're a below average male in America. Nobody said you were breaking the law. We said you were creepy and that you're weird. That's all. We have opinions on your relationship that you put on the internet, just like you have opinions on Mia Dio getting plastic surgery that she also put on the internet.
I don't care who reached out to who first, man. She was 18 when you guys started dating. That's weird. And it's weird because it's your and I have evidence of it. This was sent to me by a follower. She screenshotted a picture of his Bumble account and sent it to him to verify it wasn't a catfish. He then verifies it's real and asks how old she is. She says that she is 22 and he confirms that he is 34. She rightfully questions why he lies about his age on his Bumble profile. He says he's 29. He then admits it's because he likes younger women. She then asks him why he feels like he needs to lie about his age to get younger women. He should just respect their dating preferences. He then says that he isn't lying. He's just changing his age to bypass their age filter. Even if that's not illegal, I have the right to say that that is really, really creepy.
Well, this story would get even more eyes on it. And at first, Zach was excited. He was so happy for the engagement.
All I want to do is just thank Mia and all of her followers because I'd always wanted to start an account in English and I had the, I'd started, but I never really got any kind of a push. And now that Mia is sending all of her followers to this account that has like 500 followers on it, I mean, that's the biggest kind of push that I could ask for.
He said that he was taking the high road and thanked Mia.
I just, big shout out to Maya, I don't know how to say her name. But follow this account because I'm gonna make more content in English and I wish everybody well, hope they find peace.
Actually, he's going to be thinking of Mia when he goes to church. That's right. Zach, like all the others, is a man of God.
And I'm gonna pray for Maya. I hope she finds some peace.
He then thanked his parents for teaching him how to be a good person and that he doesn't have daddy issues like some people.
Man, I am so glad that I was raised by a loving family. Like I had a present dad. My dad loved me.
And he doesn't have anything to worry about because one, Mia's pretty much obsessed with him.
And so in total, she has made 3 publications about me and like a lot of stories.
And 2, his followers know him and they know that he's a good person.
The people that know who I am know that I'm innocent.
I don't know you!
And the people that follow me are not toxic.
Well, the people that followed him started to unfollow, especially when he spread a rumor that Mia was an sex worker and charged $100 for her time.
I also received similar messages about Mia and her participation in sex work, but I have the integrity to recognize that evidence of this nature simply can't be given any kind of credence. None of the aforementioned issues would merit a response on my behalf. I just don't care enough to fight about those things.
Unfortunately, Zach forgot that messages you write to yourself are purple, and people quickly noticed he wrote those messages to himself, and he swiftly deleted them. Zach tried to demonize Mia because she's sexy, and then when that didn't work, he threatened her with a lawsuit, which also didn't work. More people unfollowed him, more very young Latina women came out about Zach, past lawsuits came to light.
Apparently, this comment that I left is misogynistic. The reality is, as both men and women get older, they typically have fewer and fewer options for romantic relationships.
Well, if you guys don't think that the comment that he left was misogynistic, how about these? I got these DMs sent to me by another influencer. This man is in everyone's DMs. What Zach is saying here is that a woman can either get married to a man and be his bitch, or she can go to work and be her boss's bitch. That's not misogynistic?
And Zach's I don't give a f attitude started to dwindle even more, especially when his idol, a male performer that he got tattooed on his arm, unfollowed him.
She got Resident, like the guy who I tattooed on my arm here, to stop following me. So like, she inflicted a lot of harm. I'm like, what are you gonna do now?
None of Zach's tactics were working, so he did what any nice guy that has no daddy issues would do. Make a post to his followers that he was going to off himself and then blame it all on Mia. And then quickly after that, he got back on Instagram and said, I'm fine. By the way, I checked Zach's page and it looks like all of his videos of that girlfriend that he definitely started dating when she was 18, that he likes to brag about how she's 19 or 20 years old and Latina, seems to not be around anymore. Sweetie, young girl, did you get away? Let us know. Maybe he took them down because people started saying, oh, you're 30 something and you keep saying that you met her when she was 18, and you're also using derogatory words and making fun of women who have plastic surgery when you're supposed to be a Spanish teacher? Weird.
Zach Morris, you're not as smart or as charming as you think you are. Latinas are starting to realize how much of a narcissist you really are. Your grammar in English is also terrible for an English teacher. That's embarrassing. I have seen men more alpha than you working at the GameStop.
Similar as many of these men like to hide behind the fact that women my age are angry and bitter, that's why they have to date 18-year-olds in different countries, many of these men also love to hide behind religion.
Yo, what's up guys? Don't forget to get your workout in today.
Meet Alejandro Reyes, a self-proclaimed king. And well, he definitely lives like one, and we know this because he likes to dance by the pool with his shirt off and flex.
Fur like fire. I'm the king in the zoo, my fist won't tie. Family on my back, they watching my stride.
Well, he was a devoted Christian, a man of God walking the path of good.
When you stay true to yourself, you stay true to God, good things come your way.
Years ago, Alejandro was accused of a crime that he says he never committed.
18 years old, I was facing a crime I never committed.
He walks on the path of good. Well, now. Previously, he was walking on the path of raping girls. Then he found God and success. And he loves to brag about it on TikTok.
18 years old, I was facing a crime I never committed, getting accused of. So fast forward 7 years later, living my dream life, I've helped over 400 men.
Well, he would get noticed by another creator named Goo. See that little face in the corner? That's Goo. This shirtless car speech intrigued him. Is he good?
Wait a minute. No, you were definitely arrested on a sex offense when a 14-year-old girl accused you of forcing her to perform acts on her. And according to this court docket that I found in March of 2019, you pled no contest to it and got 3 years of probation. You also had to do 80 hours of community service and get psychosocial evaluation from a therapist. The details are extremely gross. They say that you offered a 14-year-old girl a ride to a public supermarket, parked in the very back, and then forced yourself on her, despite her saying multiple times she wasn't interested. It says here you forced her to perform oral sex on you, then jerked off on a napkin and apologized to her.
He was not good. How do you think this alpha male responded when another man exposed him for something anyone could look up? A, owned up to his wrongdoings, like I would think someone that is a self-proclaimed alpha male would. Or B, show how he lives like a king and calls Gooba beta. And of course that he's unfazed. We all know which one it is. Imagine trying to break a man that he stands there unfazed, manly, shirtless, ripped, with duck lips, while taking taking a selfie. I mean, if I didn't know what an alpha male was before, I sure do now. Preying on my downfall doesn't make you religious. Oh. Honey, I don't think he was trying to be religious. Not everyone uses God for whatever you do on the internet or to cover up a despicable act like you did in a parking lot with a 16-year-old girl. Well, Alejandro was so unfazed that he kept making more videos about it. Warning, he does this thing with his tongue as if he's a reptilian. I absolutely hate it. Let me know if you notice it and if you hate it too.
Know you're doing good in life when you stay to your own lane and you have other grown-ass men make videos on you trying to bring you down, and they cherry pick by bringing up your past, making videos about you, and showing the world what they want to show and not the full truth.
Well, Alejandro, I'm sorry to say that I'm a grown-ass woman. And since you're such a truth teller, can you bring up your records then and tell your followers the truth? Break it all down for them, let us understand. But he won't. Instead, he calls a man a slur for calling him out.
That's called being a fat. You don't even call that being a man.
So now, up until this point, we have found in this video that cooking is gay, liking food is gay, and calling out men like this who are predators are also gay. But taking your shirt off and flicking your tongue posing in front of a pool is totally manly. Oh, and don't forget about the RAPE, right, Alejandro?
That's being bitch-made men. And that's how you know you're doing good in life, is that when they want to tear you down, when you're succeeding in life, and you're doing good in life, people hate, they don't want to see you win. They're doing so bad in life that they want to bring you down to their level. But when you stay true to yourself, you stay true to God, good things come your way.
Did God tell you to pick up that little girl, jerk off in a napkin and cry, Alejandro? Is that what we call successful? Manly? In Alejandro's head, he did absolutely nothing wrong. He's truthful and he always tells the truth. But people keep bringing him down, but God always brings him to the top.
There's no light without dark. And unfortunately, this is some dark that I'm going through, but I always come out on top. Always. I'm a free man. I talk about everything. I'm truthful with everything. I'd say everything. I have nothing to hide.
This face makes me think that you have something to hide, and the fact that you refuse to post the documents that are completely public.
And for everyone sending me death threats, I wish you nothing but the best. I wish you nothing, and I pray to God to forgive you for sending me death threats.
But in Alejandro's world, he is the victim, and he is here to tell other victims and sad men who need a pick-me-up his daily words of encouragement. And if there's any men out there that can take it, he can, because he is strong.
For anyone that's going through anything in life, stay true to yourself. I'll take the heat for the world. I'll take the blame. I'll take the death threats. I'll take it all. I can handle it. Does it suck? Yes. But God made me strong. I'm unbreakable. My mind is unbreakable. I've gone through everything that a man can possibly go through. That's terrible. I've been accused of things that I've never done. Been to jail. I've been to hell and back. And I still prevailed on top.
There is documentation of what this man did. And he's sitting there in a car saying he's free.
And I still prevailed on top.
This man is an alpha. He's nothing more than a disgusting goblin that is a predator. And many of these men in these spaces are predators. And here we have proof. He preys on young girls' bodies and men's minds. Somehow everyone else is evil.
That's why on this page, I talk about everything to inspire you to keep on doing great, to keep on pushing forward, and that there's always light at the end of the dark tunnel.
Okay.
God moves mountains. Put your trust in God.
Come on, Mr. Alpha. You're supposed to be well-spoken. Get it out.
Lions don't associate them.
Come on. I know you practiced your script. Let God's words flow through you, King.
How do you say it the right way? Lions don't associate themselves with sheep.
There we go. This always interests me because most animals don't associate with other species anyway. You know, if you read a book, Alejandro, you might know that. You would also know that rhinos, elephants, crocodiles, and many other species can kill lions. You know, it's very on brand for these alpha males to use one of the weakest animals for their little analogies. Do you enjoy battling with species that are weaker than you, Alejandro? Does it make you feel like a man?
No, but these aren't made up truths or my truths. This is called the truth. Here's the arrest record where you assaulted a 14-year-old girl. And if you're out there touching 14-year-old little girls, I'm gonna let everybody know about you, because you're a fucking creep.
Well, we've seen how an alpha male acts when another man exposes him. What happens when a self-proclaimed alpha male gets exposed by his own wife?
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me?
But first, a word from our second sponsor, me. If you guys would like to help support my channel and me, check out Yibs, my small bakery. Our fan favorite protein donut, lemon toasted coconut, has just restocked. Links below, and thank you so much. Now back to the real men. If you're new to this channel, you might not know this man, but this is the original alpha male.
Is that Matthew Klein Cater's coming to town, and he's gonna do what he does best, and that's take your women and make them bow down.
One of the first kings, Matthew Klein Cater. And you'll never forget his name because he speaks in third person.
Matthew Klein Cater's a man who has a wife, he has a mistress, and a girlfriend, plus 6 bitches every single damn day of the week.
Not only is he a self-proclaimed alpha male, but he's also...
Yo, Mike Perry, oh, you so scary.
Oh God, I didn't know that he rapped.
Dog, I'm playing, now I'm Tom and you Jerry.
Matthew? Okay. He realizes that Tom never catches Jerry. Right? Not only is Matthew Klein Cater an alpha male, a king, a rapper, but he's also a real world champion, you know, like a fighter.
The real world champion has arrived.
And we know he's a self-proclaimed real world champion because he shows up wearing a fur coat and a cute little belt that says it.
Look, this is a real world championship.
2 belts. So that's how we know it's true and not a belt that he just bought and wrote stuff on.
The mindset of a champion is flexible and strong. Being a champion doesn't mean you have to fight people.
Which, you know, that checks out because no one has ever seen this Matt fight anyone. Correction, except for the guy we saw him fight in flip-flops on the street.
Come on, take your shit off.
But he does fight demons. You see, he is also a man of God, and that's how he got to have a successful supplement company, because of God.
You see, this building that I'm standing in right now was designed by an architect, and this architect designed it with the foundation to withstand the heat, to withstand the storms, to withstand the winds. And it's no different than another architect that designed the mountaintops, that designed the solar system, that designed me, that designed you, and that's God.
He does these little alpha male skits with himself. They're very manly.
I want to go to the gym. It's like 40 degrees outside. You see how cold it is? You're wearing your hoodie inside the house. Just relax. It's only late February. We still got a couple months till summer. It's only February 28th. Like, just sit down, eat some food. What's the big deal? Shut the fuck up and listen for a second. We got plenty of time to get ready. Results don't happen overnight. Summer bodies are made in the winter time.
And as you can see, he's all about the gym, working hard. You can tell this by the way that he just rips off his shirt like a man. And of course, the hat slapped to the side of his head and selfie he takes before he lifts screams alpha.
I am a man.
Which is fitting because he screams in the gym in front of his first wife. All you need to know is that he works so hard that he lets a little scream out and he never skips a day. A no days off kind of man.
Saturday, 4 o'clock in the morning. Woke up 3:30. I'm at the Disneyland Hotel on vacation.
Can you imagine this man with his interesting reptilian contacts walking around Disneyland? Frightening.
If it doesn't matter you're on vacation or what, you gotta have discipline.
And of course, Matthew Klein Cater, well, he is swimming in bitches. They are all over him, and we know this because, well, they tell the camera.
Everyone keeps saying how hot this Matthew guy is. You're pretty sexy. Can I touch your muscles?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest? I don't know, Matthew Klein Cater has big balls.
This man has women inboxing him just wanting to say his name.
Matthew Klein Cater!
Matthew Klein Cater.
Matthew Klein Cater. Matthew Cater. Matthew Cater. Matthew Cater.
But ladies, you need to slow down. I know you guys are at the edge of your seat sliding into this man's inbox at this very moment, but he is spoken for. And he gets as much sex as he wants with the shallow queen.
She's shallow. She's shallow with the pussy, she's shallow. She's shallow.
Yes, she has a theme song.
I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm a different breed to most. They don't make men like me anymore. I'm a dying breed.
Please die more, please. Oh, did I mention that this man faked his own death and then resurrected himself? Anyway, all you have to know is that the Shallow King and the Shallow Queen are in love. They're always posting videos of them making out. They really just can't keep their hands off of each other, especially in the gym, and they have to even kiss in the parking lot on the way to their cars. They started a podcast together where he would do very riveting topics about the Shallow Queen's boobs.
My significant other, Heather, she got her boobs done many years ago.
But my favorite podcasts that they would put together are the ones where he would sit in his big king chair with his real world champion belt over one of his shoulders, while the Shallow Queen stands behind him with her tits almost out. And he would share some very insightful thoughts.
Losers let it happen. Winners make it happen. Losers see thunderstorms. Winners see rainbows.
If you remember from the beginning, the most important quality of an alpha male is to be, well, manly.
If you aspire to attract beautiful women that are on that boat beside you there, you must possess the audacity to leap out of your own boat, swim over to theirs, and exhibit the confidence to demonstrate what it truly means to be a real man.
And that is very important to Matthew Klein Cater. He is not gay. He is not bisexual, and he only likes biological women. That's it. And of course, if you didn't know, he's bringing up 2 boys to be men and only men. Oh, you didn't know? Yes, this man, who is the real life Malibu's most wanted, is a father to 2 children. He has impregnated a woman twice. From what I'm understanding when I was following this story, very against trans women. Shallow Queen seems very angry towards trans women, and the Shallow King is just against anything feminine. Nothing feminine can ever touch the Shallow King. He is a man. So I can't show it on screen, but on the Shallow King's page, he would share a father that lets his son play in makeup. And on the screen, it would say how other dads raise their sons. Then it would change to how Shallow King raises his sons. And he has himself and his sons in the gym as he stares into the camera instead of checking his son's form while he does push-ups. Well, color everyone's surprise. Nobody was surprised about this. But for the sake of the video, color everyone's surprise when the Shallow Queen overtakes his Instagram and tells everyone that the Shallow King actually loved to feel pretty and a little submissive as well. You see, she found out that the Shallow King was on the popular gay dating app, Grindr. He was slapping his booty cheeks for men. He was wearing fishnet stockings for men. Let's read some of these texts. In this text, he's talking to someone named Daddy. Oh, I didn't know alpha males refer to other men as daddy. That wasn't in your podcast.
You are gay.
He asks if they can meet up, and Daddy responds, I have 0 clue what you look like. He sends his very manly gym picture and of course a cool sunglass pic. So, can we chill? Hi, is that you cross-dressing or something? Yes. How do you want me? Do you want me to dress up? Well, Daddy stopped responding and Shallow King responds with a final, fuck you then, bitch. It turns out Matthew is very anti-LGBT on his page, but very LGBT friendly in the inbox. He would constantly message a trans woman named Brittany Cade, even saying that one day he's gonna add a ring and drop the R at the end of her last name, Brittany Cater. And she was excited. Oh my gosh, seeing it written out just made me. Well, when Shallow Queen found this out, she was devastated and she started revealing everything, that he was actually bald and spray paints on his hair, says that he's not rich at all, he barely even works out, and lives in his sweatpants, rarely even showering. She reveals that after his last divorce, he had to live in his storefront and showers at EOS, that he uses his fake supplement and supplement company as a way to meet girls so that he can ask them to do these fake photo shoots so that he can slide up into their butt cheeks. And the girls are just excited because, well, he has a Lambo. But in the end, after the photo shoots, he doesn't even pay the girls for modeling for him. She also reveals that he has logs and logs of these odd conversations with ChatGPT about whether he should stay with the Shallow Queen, her name's Heather by the way, or Aura, I'm not sure her name, but I do know that it's the girl that he was cheating on the Shallow Queen with. Heather's number 1 to me, not Aura, not anyone. But I don't know if I really had something with Aura, or it was just the thoughts of having a baby. How the fuck do I keep a had a connection with Ara for 10 years, and we kept going in and out of each other's lives. I mean, it was sparingly, but I don't know. I feel like it's done now. I don't see her. Maybe she will. I don't fucking know. But the energy's never going to be. I'm done with all of that. Well, if you couldn't tell, he seems odd, and he actually would end up going to jail for about a month, which is how the Shallow Queen found all of his Grindr accounts, him wearing cute little pink shears, heels, and slapping his booty cheeks. And she was on his Instagram for days, weeks I think, just posting everything constantly, even when he would call from jail, which was nothing less than odd.
Can you stop? Can you tell me you love me? You start yelling and there's phone calls, you're just gonna make your night horrible.
He would ask what she was wearing and then get mad about the answer.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
A t-shirt.
Halloween one?
No, a tight baby blue one.
Why do you wanna piss me off?
And then she would ask him about all the gay guys that he's been talking to.
You know the gay guy that handles your guys' stuff?
Shallow King would act like he doesn't know any gay guy. And then she would ask, why do you want to have sex with me if you like, schlongs?
Why do you want to marry me though if you want
I could say the same thing to you. Why do you want to marry me when you drool for pussy?
I'm bisexual and I'm out about that?
We literally were having sex the other day and you're like, would you let somebody fuck you in the ass? I said, yeah, so what else do you want to say? But you keep saying guys.
No, that's not what happened. You've hidden what you actually like forever.
Well, this story, you guys, has a very happy ending. They would get married, as they both are labeled husband and wife on their Instagrams. The best part of the story is the Shallow King doesn't seem to have his Lambo anymore, or the girls to help promote his fake, scammy supplement company. But you know what? It's 2025. He doesn't need it. All he needs is AI to show off his AI Lambo with his AI custom license plate, where he drives up to his AI mansion and he brings home his AI generated supplement bags. And you know the women that he couldn't afford to pay even when he was fake rich? Well, he doesn't have to deal with them anymore. He just uses AI for that. And these ones even say his name and tell him he's cool.
I just left the Rock Hard Body Store. I just got my supplements and shoes. Thank you so much, Matthew. We had the best time.
I followed you, Matthew. You're fucking sexy.
You know, in all the centuries that I have lived, many things make me say, but this has to be one of the most embarrassing displays of foolishness I have ever seen. But speaking of, well, fools, let's talk about the women that are also in these alpha male spaces. Sadia Khan, she's a self-proclaimed high-value woman who teaches others how to be a high-value man.
Not high value. If you can get that woman to submit to you, that's when you're high level. So if you want to know whether you're a high-value man, look at the highest level of women you can get to totally be loyal to you. And if it's low, not that high value.
That's mostly what she preaches. If you can get a successful woman to submit to you, then you are a high value man.
This is what high value men truly are. Your high value is determined by the level of woman you can get to submit to you. That's your value.
She tells the male watchers the importance of being, well, a high value man, and you can learn all of this in her High Value Man 90-day program, where you can become irresistible to women and how to select high value women, because you will have so many choices once you attain being a high value man.
I always say that high value men are more likely to be cheated on back. They just don't realize it.
It's okay. None of these people usually make sense. What does matter is that you can learn everything from a high value woman like Sadia for the very low price. No, not $18,000 like that odd boot camp of the men flopping around together in the ocean, but for a low price of around $8,000. And don't worry, girl, she teaches how to attain being a high value woman as well.
A high value woman is, I would always say, somebody who adds value. It's not a leech, adds value. Some way, shape or form adds value to a man's life. In my opinion, it always adds value. I would say she adds value in some way, shape or form. Maybe she takes away your domestic duties, or maybe she takes away some of your emotional concerns. She adds some value to your life rather than just taking it. They need to be feminine. They have to be in touch with their nurturing side. They have to love kids.
Pretty much the same thing she says in the men videos, just targeted more for women. High value women are harder to attain, they're loyal, nurturing, feminine, etc., etc. Well, a psychologist named Dr. Taylor Burrows would notice Sadia's videos and say that she's a total con.
The damage that they can do, I mean, basically they're exploiting you. She's exploiting millions of people that she's convinced that she is someone that she is not.
She explained that this woman has absolutely no credentials when it comes to psychology or therapy, two things that Sadia pretends or acts like she has.
All right, I just wanted to point out I have really disturbed Sadia now. I called her credentials into question because she was acting really unprofessional, and it started me questioning things. I thought she was a licensed psychologist. I thought she was able to do therapy, practicing, but somebody who she offended looked her up and couldn't find her credentials and told me. And I was like, that's funny. And so then I looked her up and found her LinkedIn, and it said she got a master's in education and she's a teacher. So nothing wrong with those things, but if you are a practicing psychologist, if you are licensed and you're doing therapy, you have to be able to show your credentials to potential clients. This is part of the health regulation.
Well, these two women would end up having a conversation together, and Sadia would pull a good old Uno reverse and fail and say, well, you're the one that has no credentials, and we all know what this is. Okay, Dr. Taylor Burrows, she's jealous. Why don't you show us your credential, doctor?
But I've ticked her off, and if she is, I apologize, but it is and I hate to say but after an apology, it is just reasonable to question it if you are not clear and transparent about these things. Now, she's calling me into question and calling me a fraud because she's angry and being reactive. I am what I say I am. I'm a retired mental health professional. I have a PhD in marriage, couples, and family counseling. I showed her my PhD and she thought it was fake.
But Sadia never showed hers. Well, this whole story would blow up. Sadia's Instagram would get suspended, and she would come back after she got unsuspended and blame the uptick of hate on racism and women that are jealous.
So just a bit about the deactivation of my account. Now, I have this problem a lot with very racist content creators. What I find is the combination of racism combined with jealousy is an evil force that you can't really reckon with some of these women. So firstly, it's this basically Instagram, I can't even call her an Instagram thought because she has no followers. So she basically just posts nudes all day, but nobody likes or follows or comments. And that obviously triggers her because she gets to see somebody else of different values, Muslim values, and gets all this kind of like followers without showing a bit of skin. It kills her. So her issue was, what she used was Dr. Taylor Burrows as evidence to show that I'm not qualified. Now, Dr. Taylor Burrows is actually the one that's not qualified. If you see her description here of what she claims to be, but this is actually her credentials.
This was everywhere. The top dating coach, therapist, psychologist, woman that allegedly charges up to $8,000 is a fraud. She's acting. Oh no. Who would have thought that someone in this alpha male space can see how easy it is and how gullible these people are and charge them up their ass cheeks? Well, Dr. Burrow would begin saying she's not only a fraud with her credentials, she's a fraud with her personality. She's not this reserved feminine woman. She's rude and vulgar, especially in the DMs.
And this video was all over the place. I'm only posting it now because it seems to have not died off yet. Like her animosity towards me. People still engage with my other videos where I'm explaining the issue of Sadia Khan's lack of credentials and misrepresenting herself. But here's the thing. This video came about because she was angry. She got suspended from Instagram. I had nothing to do with that. But there were people who probably reported her because of her volatile and abusive behavior in the comments and DMs. I have seen her do it. She's done it with me. She's done it with other people. I've seen screenshots of that. I have shared screenshots of that so that people know this is her. This is actually her acting like this. and she does it even worse in DMs.
But you know how it goes. The people who have the more subscribers and followers are right. So for a while, Sadia's fans didn't care because she's well-spoken and intelligent. I mean, someone who looks amazing and stands on stage with a microphone and says big words can't be a liar. In fact, Dr. Burrow is jealous. She's lying and trying to take a good woman down, demanding that she needs to apologize to Sadia.
There is nothing for me to apologize here. First of all, if someone is claiming to be a therapist, a psychologist, to have a license, you should be asking for their credentials.
Well, eventually someone else would expose this high-value woman who teaches others how to also be high-value, confident, and true. Goop, the creator we talked about earlier, is known for calling out creators who warp their pictures to make their bodies different, while claiming body positivity or massive gains.
A 3-time Arnold Classic champion, and he's won the Mr. Olympia in 2023, which makes what I'm about to show you insane. Here's a post he made a few days ago. Few Raws from today's antics down at Bev's gym, 18 days and counting. We zoom into his shoulder, things start to seem a little weird. That's odd. Here's another one of the Raws from today's antics. Let's zoom in on the machine behind him. Huh. Raws from today, my ass.
Well, Goop would notice that Sadia dabbles in the art of making her waist smaller with a video that was a waist filter, as she spoke about being true and confident.
This is Sadia Khan, 741,000 followers. You can book a call with her. She promises that for just a few $1,000s, you're going to be able to master yourself, master women, and master relationships. She wants to make sure that you're confident, emotionally strong, free from baggage. Don't worry, guys, the program's not too much to develop all of this confidence from Sadia. Just a paltry 6,000 GBP, which in Freedom Bucks is like $6,500. Just a few months of rent for the average American, no problem at all. Here's a good clip that Sadia posted about facing your own realities and truths.
Thing to sell to women because
but it's the reality.
Well,
like, I'm majority
sure.
of men's not their dream girl. It's not the end of the world with that, but it takes a self-esteem to understand. Look, here's the thing: people who have high self-esteem attach to truths. They enjoy truths. Truth means something to them.
Truth means something to him, huh? Let's take a look at this clip. Alright guys, now just keep in mind she's a high confidence woman. Truth means something to her. Why is there a waist filter on this public speaking and engagement video of you, Sadia?
So personally, I have become so desensitized to filters, Photoshop, whatever. I could care less now if people want to use that. People's looks can be very sensitive. Maybe they're insecure completely. Maybe they just think they look like ass for the day and they wanted to slap a filter on their face and or body. I don't know. But something that I don't understand is lying about it. And what I find interesting is the reaction that happens after these people get called out. And Miss High Value Woman's reaction over a little waist filter was, well, very low value. First, she started going back and forth with people in Goop's comment section, making fun of women who also use filters. Then she pointed out men's height and their lack of women, and then following up with a derogatory term for little people. And lastly, claiming that people that are critiquing her obviously love to watch animals have sex. But our high value queen wasn't done. No, the next day she would start a very new trend and pick up the phone and start calling people over Instagram.
Today she started a new trend. These are videos that my followers sent me. This person left a comment on her page, and she tried to call them via audio 4 or 5 times. And then when they wouldn't pick up, she left the threatening message that you'll see scroll by here: "Pick up, bitch, or I'm gonna post your address online." And here's another one from another one of my following. Pick up, don't be scared. Don't be scared, pick up. Calling over and over and over and over again. More threats. This is a person that sells one-on-one phone call coaching bullshits for 6,000 GBP, which I understand now is 8,000 USD, on how to be a high value man. But hey guys, I can save you the 6,000 GBP. If you want to call for free from Sadia, just leave a troll comment on her page. She'll try to call you over and over and over, free of charge.
Now, many of her followers were shocked. This is not the Sadia Khan that they knew. This is not the Sadia Khan that holds the microphone and teaches confidence, truthfulness, and high value-ness.
Bro, did y'all hear about Sadia Khan? Did y'all hear about Sadia Khan? That one got me. That one hurt me to my core. I loved her. I thought she was so fly. I thought she was so well put together. I thought she was who she pretended to be.
Then a woman would drop a bomb about Sadia Khan, and she would come out and say that Sadia Khan is the woman that my husband cheated with. She's not high value. She's a side piece. And this woman had a recording to prove it and sent it to Goob.
What are you going to do about it? I'll suck it if you have an attitude, and I can do it today if I want to.
Go on.
And I can do it on your wedding day and your birthday.
Okay, well,
and
we'll
the day
see.
after.
Okay.
I've been in situations where he's been with you in social sex.
Then the same woman released text messages between Sadia and her ex-fiance.
But yeah, we can have sex on Saturday.
Shut up, man.
Have fun. See you soon, gorgeous. You owe me dick, by the way.
Coming to give it to you. Wait there.
I'm waiting. But let's aim for not going back, though.
You never left.
No, babe. You never left.
Nah, I'm getting you pregnant.
Sadia obviously came out and says none of this is true.
You're refuting it point blank.
Point blank.
You've never been with an engaged or married man.
Never, ever engaged, married, relationship. And if the people behind that rumor claim that they've spoken to this man, I would love for that man or these people to bring that man.
There was talk,
because they know directly that that's not true. They actually know for a fact that that's not true. But
even many of her followers were questioning the woman that came out, and Goob saying this is obviously edited in a way. Sadia came out and said the whole audio is AI. You guys are being tricked. I would never do or say anything like that.
Sadia made the claim to me today that the audio recording of her saying that she would suck his on his wedding day and his fiance's birthday was AI generated.
Unfortunately, Sadia is used to dealing with people who would give her $7,000 to $8,000 for information that they could probably find on Google for free. And Goob ended up teaming up with Preach from YouTube and acted like he was on her side. Against Goob, you know. And within that call, they got to confirm a few things. That one, it wasn't AI at all.
What Sadia doesn't know is that we already got her to confirm that it was her.
Only in that moment when I feel like I'm defending myself, my go-to is to become rude and disrespectful. 100% my nature, which I really need to work on. This is definitely a lesson for that. I was like, who are you fucking talking to? I was like, you know, if I wanted to, I could suck dick on his wedding day.
So there she is, not knowing that she's being recorded, admitting to the fact that she did make those phone calls. And here she is in my inbox saying that the police are investigating and they found evidence to support that it's AI and generated by some random dude that has nothing to do with this story at all.
Sadia then claimed in this interview that the number is from her WhatsApp group, so it could be anyone pretending to be her.
So what, anybody in that WhatsApp group can text someone else?
Anybody in that WhatsApp group can have that number. My phone's right here. If you were to message that number now, it won't ring or anything, but it's still, you know, who knows what will go on from there.
What? So, what? I know. Like, this is her, you know, this is like all from the same number. Now, her next claim, when she comes back 5 minutes later and she returns to this topic, is that I didn't even look like that in 2021.
You can pinpoint the approximate moment that her soul leaves her body when she realizes she's caught.
But, so just to be clear, in 2021, you didn't have a relationship with this person? You guys weren't,
Never had a relationship with this person.
Never had a relationship, but when he said, nah, I'm getting you pregnant, you said, might as well. Never had a relationship, but you told him that he owed you dick.
There is zero chance of me being somebody's side chick. I've got evidence of us, I've got pictures of us. We got married in 2022, we've got embryos in January 23. So we've got evidence that we were obviously together for way longer than that.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, that's my theory. She doesn't want this out there because she was talking to this guy, sucking and fucking him, while she was courting the man that she's currently married to. To support my theory, the only thing Sadia was concerned about getting out was these text messages.
Is there a way that we can avoid talking about the screenshots altogether? I know it's hard, and you can keep the original video up. I don't mind, you know, you can do what you need to do.
No, Sadia, there isn't a way. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Sadia, I was already disappointed in you when you started preaching about submission to these so-called high-value men. But this was on the same level of embarrassing to watch as the Shallow King. You spent all this time lecturing women on respect and high value to a man only for the very men that you would deem low value to take you out. You've shown us that not only are you not the high value woman you preached about, your husband isn't the high value man either. Because even he couldn't get the loyalty or submission you insisted was so important.
If you forgive a woman for cheating, she will forever cheat on you and just use you for free accommodation. And that seems to be a big trigger.
Why? Why do you think it's so triggering for people?
Hello, there has been a little update, and you guys know I am not one-sided. I wanted everyone to get their voice out there. I saw on Sadia's TikTok of her accusing Goob of not playing the whole voice recording. I'll let the whole video play of her explaining it, and you guys tell me what you think. Either way, for me, this whole alpha male, high-value woman, high-value man group is incredibly shifty, and in the end, Goob still proved that she was lying in the text messages. But here you go.
They've only snipped 6 seconds of a 20-minute call. Before that, she was saying, oh, well, what kind of woman are you? I bet you spend all your time on your knees, and kind of insulting my religion, insulting my background. I didn't know this woman. I'd never been with this man. He's not married. They're not engaged. And I said, excuse me, don't get rude to me. If I wanted to, because she said, this is what you do, the key word. And I said, if I wanted to, I could do birthday, wedding, I could do all of that. But I don't want your man. But he won't take the whole voice recording, and he won't show the interview with the man. Because the moment he releases an interview with the man, everybody can verifiably check his online on Instagram. Everybody can easily see he's never been married, never been engaged. So his whole story falls apart.
She also says she can't sue Goob as he's bankrupt, but she will be suing the woman that spread this phone call around, El Fala, which makes me wonder if she will also attempt to sue Abba and Preach too, since they did work with Goob on this. You know, this whole story of these alpha male, high value women is almost poetic. The way the alpha ideology eats its own while pointing the finger at us, but they really should be pointing the finger at themselves. They truly are a breeding ground of secrets and hypocrisy. You know, a lot of people say vampires will drain you, but it's truly the podcast bros, desperate and pretending to have power, that will suck you dry. Your pockets and, well, literally for some.
He calls himself a king on the mic. Talks tough, but he's scared of the light. Preaching men should be men, no disguise. But his wife dropped the truth and exposed all his lies. He's bragging about women he'll never respect. Meanwhile, his secrets got dragged on the net. It ain't the vampires who suck you dry. It's the podcast bros with their dead-end lies. Not the ghouls, not the zombies, not the girls in the night. It's the fake alphas feeding on your life. They drain your soul, not your blood supply. Don't get fooled, cause they'll suck you dry. Wrapped in a cross like a holy disguise. Said he was framed, but the court said otherwise. A Christian king with a crown made a change. Preaching salvation, but built out of pain. The truth hit harder than his Sunday choir. That throne of lies just went up in fire. It ain't the vampires will suck you dry. It's the podcast bros with their dead-end lies. Not the ghouls, not the zombies, not the girls in the night. It's the fake alphas feeding on your life. They drain your soul, not your blood supply. Don't get fooled, cause they'll suck you dry. He called himself nice, but his math was off.